Hi everyone. This is the first of two videos about bulk loading your own film. For me, bulk loading film makes very good economic sense. I shoot a lot of film, especially black and white. I happen to love it. And my return on investment for my entire black and white film processing setup was about 3 weeks. It cost me about $125 to get my entire processing setup, which I'll show you in a later video. The most expensive part of it being these cassettes. But film is expensive. So, for instance, TMax 400 ISO off the shelf is about $8 per roll where I live at the end of 2011, including tax. To have it developed is about $6 a roll. So it's about $14 to $15 a roll to shoot it and develop it for just negatives, no prints. This 100-foot roll of TMax 400 yielded about 27 exposure cassettes, and it cost me $39. I was very lucky. The guy who was selling it listed the price incorrectly. This is usually about a $50 to $55 roll, 100-foot roll. But the price on that's pretty good. It works out to, it was about $1.80, give or take, per cassette. And then to develop it with the system that I have here is about $2 per shot, or I'm sorry, 2 cents per shot. So it costs me about $5 for every 2 rolls to buy the film and process it, and that's pretty efficient. I've used 4 types of film for bulk loading: 400 ISO TMax, which is a very nice film. A lot of people don't like it. I'm not sure why. But I think that it has to do with the fact that this has been, for years, this was the film of choice. It's got a little bit of graininess to it, but just everyone has used it, so some people chose not to like it. That's the only thing I can think of. It's a wonderful film. I've also used Ilford Pan F50 ISO. I've had a lot of trouble with this film. It's a wonderful film. It is a fantastic film. It's some of the highest quality black and white, if not the highest quality black and white film available on the market today. Here at the end of 2011, this was $58 for the 100 feet, and it's a very advanced level film, very difficult to shoot, and I will probably use this entire 100-foot package learning how to shoot it, which disappoints me in my own. That's my own problem. Anyway. I also have these two that I've bought, ultrafine 100 ISO and ultrafine 400 ISO. These, I'm told, though the manufacturer, I haven't asked them about it, I'm told that these are actually Fomapan rebranded, and people have told me that who I trust and who know much more about film than I do. These are extremely good films. Some people hate Foma. They think that it lacks contrast, and I have found that to be untrue. When shooting ultrafine, I use a yellow or orange filter on the front of my lens, and it takes care of any kind of contrast issues that anyone who I've talked to about it claims to have. It's a great film. When I bought this, it was $23. I think that they are up to about $25 plus shipping. This was $24 when I bought it. I think they're about $28 plus shipping right now. Incredibly cheap, and they make winding your own film very economic. So here are 3 of my 4 winders. I have 2 of these. The other one is broken. These 3 winders represent a net investment of $12. This one was $7. This one was free, and this one was $5.50, something like that. So I got very good prices on these, but I waited a while. It took me some time to find them, and those prices included shipping. So you can get all this stuff that you want right away, or you can wait for a couple months and watch and be patient, and you can get really good prices on it. These are 2 different systems. This is made by Western. This is made by Watson. I've always heard these 2 referred to as the Watson system, so that's how I'm going to call it. This is the Lloyd system. I'm going to start with the Watson system. This has film in it. This one doesn't. The way that this works is that you load film in here. Then this got this gap that you rotate to keep it light proof. The film, you put the film leader through here, and then the cassette goes here, and then you wind the film onto the cassette. You've got to load this in complete dark but these are called daylight loaders because once the film is in here and it's protected, you can load the cassette in daylight, and I like to do that when I'm watching TV. Same with this. This is also a daylight loader, though it is slightly different, squeakier. The film goes in here. This is felt lined to keep it light proof. The cassette goes in here. Once the film is loaded, you're done. You just have to put the cassette in, put the handle in, and then count as you reel. There's two differences. There's one major difference between these. This one has a clicker mechanism, so you count the clicks. This one does not, so you count how many times you reel it. I prefer this one because it takes up less space and I have a small apartment. This one is very nice for people who want to not focus on how many times they're turning the handle and just count the clicks. It's okay too. Another reason I like this one more is that this has more waste. So I lose about 1 frame per cassette loading this because it has a very nice short leader. I can tape the leader onto the spool right here, assemble the whole cassette, slide it in, slide it in, slide it. It works. Usually it works. It worked. We're going to call that working. And then I lose about one shot on half a shot rather on each end of the film. With this, because every time I load it from here to here is ruined, I lose about 3, sometimes 4 exposures per cassette. 1.5 to 2 at the front, 1.5 to 2 at the back. Sometimes I get half of an exposure at the end, which is really frustrating when a couple times I've had a great shot that would have been wonderful if half of it weren't black. So that's my main complaint with the Watson system, even though it's a little bit more dummy proof. And what we'll do in the next video is I will actually load cassettes of Ilford 50 ISO from that container.